All right, what is up, everybody? We are live paint scheme preview right there in the chat if you want to follow along. So let's start off with what the cars look like this week at Martinsville. The choice privileges rewards or whatever going to be on the side of the number one for Ross Chastain, gray and orange and white today. A little bit of chrome trim around the white number one for Ross Chastain. So sticking with sort of an orange scheme, sort of similar to the Kubota schemes that he's got. Jack Link's beef jerky going to be on the hood of the Menards number two for Austin Cindric. Got Sasquatch walking around in the garage as well. Took some pictures with Austin Cindric earlier in the week. If I'm not mistaken, Winchester going to be on the side of the number three for Austin Dillon and the Bass Pro Shops Chevrolet for RCR. All American Food A&W going to be on the hood and the rear quarter for Noah Gregson here in the number four Ford Mustang. Kyle Larson with the classic HendrickCars.com scheme. Build Submarines going to be on the side of Brad Keselowski. 7 Gainbridge. We've seen all three of those before. Lucas Oil, we don't see it all the time. I think they're only on here for 3 or 4 races for Kyle Busch this season. So they are going to be on the side. Very similar to the Kyle Larson scheme, but just different enough to be different. Both schemes look really good. I do like the Lucas Oil scheme for Kyle Busch, one of my favorites since he has moved over to RCR. Number 9, Napa Auto Parts Chevy for Chase Elliott, going with the blue this week. The classic blue, or his classic for this year, blue for that scheme. Mark III employee benefits on the side of the number 10 for Ty Dillon. Got a Carolina blue 10, then it's a white fading into either a navy blue or a black. Hard to tell on this particular monitor. Then you've got a bit of a brighter blue up top there. So good looking car there for Ty Dillon and the Colleague gang. Progressive on the side of the Denny Hamlin machine once again with that petty blue on the number 11. Good looking car. Advance. This is always a good scheme because it always reminds me of Rusty Wallace's number 2 Miller Genuine Draft. But the number 12 Advance car here for Ryan Blaney didn't have a great qualifying effort, but he does have good numbers here. So we'll see who actually takes him here today in this one for their fantasy teams and all that. Black's Tire going to be on the side of AJ Allmendinger. Really good looking car here. You got the yellow, almost a perfect complement to the blue there. I think orange and blue are the perfect complements there, but yellow goes pretty good too. But you got sort of like a Duke blue. You got a, I don't know, maybe a Michigan yellow, and it fades into navy blue or black here. And then you got a white hood. Good looking car here for AJ Allmendinger, number 16 Collie car. Old El Paso going to be on the side of Chris Buescher here. Quattro, super excited about this one. I know he's going to get the diecast. If we can chip in, we'll get him the T-shirt too. Number 17, Old El Paso for Chris Buescher. He loves hard tacos. So if you see Quattro in person, make sure you get him a hard taco. He can't get enough of them. Tracker Boats, number 19 for Chase Briscoe in the Bass Pro Shops Toyota. I'm just joking with Quattro, by the way. Christopher Bell, number 20, DeWalt Outdoors Toyota. Got sort of a, I don't know, they're doing some weed eating or something here. Got got grass on the side of the car here. Grass no longer on the infield at Martinsville. So the only grass on the track will be on the side of the number 20 DeWalt Tools. Reese's Fine Foods, number 20 Toyota Camry. The classic Wood Brothers Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center Motorcraft Ford Mustang Dark Horse here for Josh Berry. Good looking car. Always a good deal with the Wood Brothers. Shell Pennzoil, the classic, or this year's scheme, I should say, for Joey Logano. Got the ketchup and fries car here for Bubba Wallace in the number 23 McDonald's Toyota Camry. 24 Liberty, got the Flames. Very classic scheme at this point here for Fast Willie B, William Byron. And then one of the cars I really like here today, Todd Gilliland with the Color Tech. Got a whole bunch of different colors going on. Sort of reminds me of like a 90s car or something like that. So kind of taking it back to that era here for Pickle Todd Gilliland in the Color Tech. Grillo's Pickles, number 34. Ford Mustang, Loves, Rudabush, Aaron's, Generator also have been sponsors of him this season. Breakers and Lucy going to be on the side of Riley Herbst. So there you go. If you like nicotine, if you like Monster, if you like any of the stuff, any of the vices, the number 35 is for you. Just kind of like a green dot. I don't know how to explain it. A green dot with a liquid, like a green liquid filled dot on the side of the 35. I'm not saying the car is ugly. I'm saying it's hideous. Anyway, Long John Silver's on the side of Zane Smith. Good looking car for Zane Smith. Long John Silver's best chicken tenders in the game. I know it's crazy because it's a fish place, but go to Long John Silver's, try the chicken tenders, and tell me I'm wrong because I'm not. But good looking car there for the 38 Ford Mustang there for Zane Smith and Front Row Motorsports. 41 Haas Tooling. Cole Custer had some speed in practice, didn't get the qualifying effort that he wanted, but still got a pretty good qualifying position. So a good Haas tooling, like we've seen that scheme a bunch of times too. So it is what it is. Does have a good throwback though. So I'll get to the Darlington throwbacks during Darlington week though. Tyler Reddick in the number 45 Mobile One O'Reilly Auto Parts Chevy, red, white, and blue. And then you got the green O'Reillys in the back. Good looking car. We've seen this one, I think, one time already before, but a really good looking car. Mobile One did a great job as always. 47 Sunny D. Sunny D on the side of the 47 this week. I think they were with Riley Herbst the last time we saw him, but I could be mistaken about that. It happens more often than I wished. But on the 47 there for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. this week, no famous celebrities sponsoring Ricky Stenhouse Jr. It's just Sunny D this time. Ally 48, Do It Right. Chevrolet for Alex Bowman, but we've seen that scheme before too. Arby's, we got the meats, or we have the meats on the side of Cody Ware's number 51 Arby's Ford. Went for a little bit of a ride there in qualifying, but still turned, I guess, a decent enough lap to finish in front of Casey Mears and Burt Myers, if I'm not mistaken. Ty Gibbs, number 54, Monster Energy Toyota. Same old as far as that goes. Good scheme, but we've seen it a bunch of times. 60 Fastenal, we've seen this one a few times too. But the blue hood, it's on the 60, so I don't know if we're used to seeing that. We're used to seeing it on the 6 and the 17, but it's on the 60 this week of Ryan Preece. Nice Duke blue hood fading into black, so good looking car there. Coble Enterprises Acrisure, and I can't see what's on the back of it here. It's sort of jumbled up on this particular screen. But that's going to be on the side of Casey Mears' Garage 66 entry for Carl Long in the game. The Rock coming back. TheRock.com, Rockingham Speedway. They're going to be racing on Easter, so check them out. The 71 here for Michael McDowell. That's where that sponsorship's coming from today on Spire. Black and white car, red number. Very basic, but it works for what it is. I like it. 77 Delaware Life. We've seen that one before for Carson Hocevar. WeatherTech. Also seen this one a bunch of times for SVG, Shane Van Gisbergen. Don't sleep on him. This is actually going to be probably a good track for him, even though he didn't get the qualifying effort that he wanted. And then the 99 Freeway.com. Daniel Suarez, Chevrolet. We've seen that one before too. All right. We've seen what the cars look like. Now let's see where they qualified. And shotgun on the field, going to be Burt Myers. In front of him, going to be Casey Mears and Cody Ware. So he did get in front of both of them. I did remember that right, even though he took a ride there. In 36, Riley Herbst going to roll off 35th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 47 car rolling off 34th. SVG, even though he's actually pretty good here and was good in practice, didn't get the qualifying lap he wanted there. It looked like it was pushing, according to Clint Boyer. Rolling off 33rd there. Ryan Blaney, 32nd. So Ryan Blaney got excellent numbers here, which we'll get into in just a minute, but he's going to be rolling off 32nd. Eric Jones, your 31st starting position. 30 through 25, going to be Justin Haley, Carson Hocevar, Ty Dillon, Brad Keselowski, Daniel Suarez, and Todd Gilliland in that 25 spot. The 24th position going to be going to Noah Gregson. AJ Allmendinger rolling off 23rd. Cole Custer in the 22nd position, and 21st going to be Ryan Preece. 20 through 15 going to be Austin Cindric, Zane Smith, Austin Dillon, Ross Chastain, John Hunter Nemechek, and Michael McDowell. Josh Berry rolling off in the 14th position. Ty Gibbs, 13th. Is this the day Ty Gibbs gets a good finish? Does he break out of the slump? Good qualifying effort. Can they keep the speed going for the entire race? 12th place, going to be the man that Ty Gibbs replaced there in Kyle Busch. Good effort from the RCR gang. Number 8 car starting in 12th place. Chase Briscoe is the 11th place man in that number 19 for Joe Gibbs Racing. And your top 10 is going to be at 10th place, William Byron, followed by Tyler Reddick. Bubba Wallace rolling off in 8th place. Joey Logano, the fastest of the Penske cars, rolling off in 7th. So I'd keep an eye on him as well. Chris Buescher going to be in 6th place. Denny Hamlin in 5th. Kyle Larson, your 4th place man. And then your top 3, Alex Bowman 3rd. Chase Elliott is your outside pole sitter. And Christopher Bell, in a car he said was so good, the qualifying just didn't feel like he was doing anything, is your pole sitter. So I might want to keep an eye on him as well, a previous winner. Those are your starting orders. Let's look at your most recent statistics here for Martinsville with a best average finish of 3.5. Ryan Blaney going to be the man to beat here today, according to the numbers. Is if you're just going by average finish, Joey Logano going to be second in average finish at 5.2. Kyle Larson next on that list at 5.5. You don't really think about this being a track for Kyle Larson, but he does finish well here, and we'll get into those numbers here in just a minute as well. Kurt Busch and Eric Almirola next on the list. They're not in the race, but William Byron is. He is going to be next at 8.5. Chase Elliott, 8.7. Chase Briscoe, 8.7. Denny Hamlin, Ross Chastain, Bubba Wallace, Shane Van Gisbergen in his one race finished 12th. Then you got Ryan Preece and Alex Bowman rounding out 12 or 11, however many drivers that ended up being. Let's go take a look at previous winners because, of course, that is important. And with one win, you've got Kyle Larson. Another one winner is Christopher Bell. This is since 2022, I should say. And then at two apiece, you've got Ryan Blaney and William Byron. So there you go. Got to lean toward William Byron and Ryan Blaney running really well here this weekend. As far as top tens go, who has the most top tens? At six apiece, it's going to be Ryan Blaney and Joey Logano. So definitely a Penske track, but also a Hendrick track, because you got Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson with 5 apiece as well. Chase Briscoe also has 5. So there you go. There's your 5 and 6 top 10s in the last 6 races that we've had here. Laps led, that is always an indicator of who has a lot of power, a lot of speed here. Chase Elliott has the most laps led at 5:15. Doesn't have a win to show for it in the last 6 races, but he is good here. And at some point, he is going to break through and win this race. He has had the best car several times and hasn't been able to get the job done. So don't sleep on Chase Elliott in this racetrack either. Hard to call him a sleeper, but he would, in this situation, kind of be a really good sleeper pick. Denny Hamlin going to be the next on the list at 461. Fast Willie B. William Byron at 351 next. 255 for Kyle Larson and 182 for Ryan Blaney. 177 Brad Keselowski. 150 Christopher Bell. 142 Chase Briscoe. 135 Ryan Preece. There you go. Who had that one on their board? Ryan Preece has led 135 laps here in only 4 races since 2022. 109 for Joey Logano, and those are your last drivers that are in the 100s. Let's see how driveraverages.com has them rated. 110 is the overall rating for Ryan Blaney. Statistically, he's their favorite. 109 going to be Kyle Larson. Then at 108, and this is what I'm talking about, it's interesting here, is going to be Chase Elliott. I like those numbers. 104 for Denny Hamlin, so good on him as well. Of course, everybody knows Denny Hamlin's good here, even though he hasn't won in a decade. You got to at least acknowledge that he knows how to get around the place. Had a miserable race last year, one of the 2 races. I can't remember which one it was, but there you go. There's your numbers. And let's see. I don't even remember what I put in my fantasy lineup. So let's see here. Okay, yeah. So good. I do have Chase Elliott. So after talking him up, I'm glad I do have him in my lineup. I'd hate to talk him up and then not have him in my lineup. I got Joey Logano as well, Christopher Bell, Bubba Wallace, and Denny Hamlin. In my garage, I have William Byron, and one of these drivers, I feel like something will happen to him, and I will slide William Byron in. I would be starting William Byron, but I just feel like one of these drivers will have an issue, and I will slide William Byron in over there. But I've already used him 2 times already this season, so I'm kind of trying to save my usage rate here. Every driver in here, I've only used once except for Byron and Bubba Wallace there. So that's my rationale on that. And your toss 'em up pick'ems this week are going to be something if the thing would refresh here. Kyle Larson versus William Byron, Chase Elliott versus Ryan Blaney, Bubba Wallace versus Alex Bowman, and Chase Briscoe versus Ross Chastain. So make your picks accordingly. All right, let's jump into the chats and see what you guys want to talk about. Sammy Smith definitely getting the Bum of the Year award. So controversy for sure in the poll question is who's going to finish in front of who. The drivers are Bell, Byron, Hamlin, and Blaney. Right now, pretty close poll. 33% for Bell, 26% for Byron, 22% for Hamlin, 19% for Ryan Blaney there. So get your votes in. Oscillating. Pretty close poll so far, though. So actually a good one this time. A rarity. A rare moment of quality. Sammy Smith, a lot of people were not happy with the move he made. So I guess we can start off with that. It was for it even to get to that point, several other people had to be moved out of the way too. And you can even take it all the way back to the truck series race. The truck series race, they were kind of doing the same thing. So I don't know. Just a lot of people, I don't know. I just didn't get as excited about it. Like a lot of people were not feeling great about it and didn't like it. I just didn't get as excited about it as some people. I know Dale Jr. tweeted out something. This is an embarrassment. This track deserves better. But I've seen this so many times now. I'm just immune to it, or maybe life's going so good that this didn't register as something I care about. I don't know. Either way, I didn't care about it as much, but it was a blatantly aggressive move, dirty, whatever you want to call it. It was blatantly aggressive, though. We can say that at the very least. And Sammy Smith, he got a talking to after the fact from the gray kid there. So, well deserved talking to. They go to I think it was Noah Lewis. Noah Lewis had the video, so go check out his YouTube channel. They definitely got into it after the fact. So check that one out if you want to see the confrontation, the fight. But yeah, sort of a dirty move for sure. Jeff Gordon, all-time leader of consecutive Cup starts, 797. Joey Logano, 20th, 3 more starts, and he'll surpass King Richard, 513 consecutive starts. Jamie Schweitzer dropping that nugget there. So there you go. A couple of next 3 races going to be a big deal for Joey Logano. Hopefully he can make them all, and he will. That's a pretty big milestone, man. 513 in a row. That is a crazy number for sure. One wise guy, Bumblebee and Thunderstrikes. Good morning, afternoon to everybody, depending on what coast you're on. Should be a decent race today. I'm thinking so too. A lot of people are not excited about the Cup race. From the tire fall off I saw, we might actually get and last year's race too. Let's not forget about that. This might actually be a really good Martinsville race. Unfortunately, for the first time in like 6 years, I'm not going to be there, so I'm breaking my streak. Joey Logano going to continue his. I'm breaking my streak. I missed the first time I think in about 6 years. I've missed going to Martinsville. So it is what it is. Just had some stuff pop up, but it is what it is. We'll hit it next time. I do have another race I'm excited about that I'll be going to pretty soon though, so it's all good. Let's see. Excited for another day of racing, says Thunderstrikes. It would be Austin Hill who won a crap show like that, though, says Elise. And almost poetic justice, she says as well. And the fun, and it's not funny, but it's funny. Like, let's just call it like it is. Austin Hill wins the race, and Sheldon Creed finished second. At Martinsville, the track where it all fell apart and exploded for RCR, Sheldon Creed, when that all that big fallout came out. It was just like if you were writing a movie for Hollywood and you scripted that in, people would be like, that would, and especially the way it happened, right? People would be like, you can't put that in the movie. That is too ridiculous. But sometimes real life is more ridiculous than anything we could come up with and put in a movie. So Sheldon Creed's going to get a win one day. I feel it. It's going to happen. But my God, for him to finish second again at Martinsville to Austin Hill in a scenario like that, dude, if I was Sheldon Creed, I'd be punching the air right now. There's no doubt about it. So I had to laugh when I saw that that's how it played out. Obviously, good finish for Creed. He's probably not really punching the air, but it was just really crazy that it all played out like that. I wish the wall ride was still legal. It's Martinsville. Should be anything goes. The only reason it's not is because they've got the wall there, and somebody has gotten greatly hurt by that wall. We're not going to get into all that. We're going to keep it positive here today. But because the wall opens up right there, I'm pretty sure that's why they made the move illegal. Safety is safety. I wish somebody would do a crazy wall ride too, but it is what it is. It is a safety issue. Let's see. Bumblebee saying I agree. Be right back. Says one wise guy. Couldn't agree more. Perry says Elise. BB, who do you have to win on Earth 2? I'm going with Ty Gibbs. Oh, Ty Gibbs. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go with either. I think Burt Myers will run the whole race. I don't know if Casey Mears will run the whole race. Starting back that far back, you're just bound to eventually get into something. But I don't know if they'll finish last either. So it's a tough call. It's a tough call. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Martinsville. He's starting 34th. Him starting that far back, he's going to do something massively aggressive, I feel like. And I'm going to go with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to finish last there, unless somebody has like an engine issue or something like that. So Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and I didn't pick the race winner either, so I need to pick a race winner. I'm going to pick, by the numbers, Christopher Bell. By the numbers, Ryan Blaney has to be your pick, but I'm going to pick Christopher Bell as my winner for this race. I'm just going to go with a gut feeling. And my wild card is going to be Kyle Busch because RCR doesn't normally have a ton of speed here, but they do today. So I wouldn't sleep on Kyle Busch either. Get your BB stuff right here, says Elise. Elise dropping the link, so much appreciated. BB, let's see. I'm still wanting that BB line of canned beef jerky powder here. So all right, we'll see what we can do. We'll get some deer jerky going. We'll get a washing machine or whatever that thing is that dries them out. Looks like a dryer, I guess I should say. See if we can do that. Maybe we'll do a vegan beef jerky. Everybody likes vegan beef jerky. No doubts about that. 100%. Let's see, where was I at in the chat here? Jack Link's hits when you're hunting or fishing. Says Elise, and Bumblebee saying she'll have to try it. Yeah, Jack Link's is pretty good. I can't remember which one. One of them doesn't have a ton of additives, and one of them does. I can't remember which one it is, but I think Jack Link's is the cleaner one, and I think Oberto had a lot of preservatives in it, but I can't remember. I have to look at them. As for schemes, the 17 is my favorite, with the 71 a close second, says Jamie Schweitzer. I'm going to go 38. I like the 38s. 17 was pretty good too, but really not. There was some good schemes, but none of them really kind of like, I don't know, super stood out. The Rock one is really cool, but it's very basic, so I can't necessarily say that's a great one. Arby's is always good. We've seen it 100 times. Same with Sunny D. Long John Silver is always good, but that's I don't know. So Color Tech right now, the Color Tech 34 there would have to be sort of my lead pick. As far as that goes, I think I called it the 38, but the 34 Color Tech, the McDonald's car with the red on the front, not too bad, but that the Color Tech 34 so far definitely way better. The grass on the side of the 20, I could live without that. 17 would probably have to be in second place. Okay, Black's Tire. So we don't see Black's Tire all the time in the Cup Series, so I'll have to move Black's Tire into second place, but I'm going 34 so far with the best scheme. Let me scroll through here real quick. Yep. A&W. Okay, so 34, then the 4. So that's my top two. 34, then the 4. The 4 car, of course, being the A&W root beer. You either like root beer or you don't. So there you go. Jamie Schweitzer saying, "What's up? What's up, Jamie Schweitzer? Thunder, what's up, my friend? Let's go," says Bumblebee. I still haven't set my fantasy lineup, so we'll see what I go with, says Thunder. So Thunder, he's giving everybody a head start. He's taking it for real now. He's moving up through the standings. Let's go. Race day, says Russell Dominguez. It is race day, so let's get it going here. What's up in between the lanes? Always good to see you on here, my friend. Easy fix for short tracks. Eliminate the extra front bracing so someone runs through someone, their radiators are knocked off. Just like it used to be. Could be a excellent fix. We'll see how it happens. It did happen in the Xfinity Series. Somebody's rear chrome horn got taken off. Nathan Campbell, what's up, my friend? Hope you're doing good today. Chris Villegas saying, will Austin Hill take over the 3 in Cup? I don't know. I feel like they're training up both of those guys with some Cup experience. I feel like something is going to happen over there if they start a third car or something. I feel like they're training those guys up. I don't feel like Austin Hill would re-sign if there wasn't something going on. Do they slide him in a college car? Are they going to have a third RCR car that they sort of run as an all-star? I don't know. It's so hard to say. Odds and wet weather tires, says Brickyard Brickhead. I don't know. I don't know if it's Martinsville. So if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. So I don't know if they'll get the wet weather tires out there either. 35 votes, but only 8 likes. Feel free to hit the like button. Yeah. So if you would like to hit the like button, more than appreciated. If not, don't feel pressured into it either. Those El Paso tacos are made in New York City. New York City. That's an old commercial from either the early 2000s or the late 90s. Maybe it's the early 90s. I don't know. I remember it's an old commercial though. Definitely in 360p. We'll put it that way. Let's see. Hey, BB, it's a terrible day to be a hot dog in Virginia. Facts, John P. And an even worse day to be my guts and 2 colons. I'll be swallowing these Marty Dogs whole in 1 slurp and burping up hot dog flavor all day. And John P., we would expect nothing less from you, the Glizzy Gobbler himself. John P., nobody takes down meat quite like John P. Always appreciated with the creative fan fiction, my friend. I like Hamlin's odds today, says one wise guy. Yeah, don't sleep on Hamlin. Like eventually it's going to happen for sure. LJS chicken tenders with the Louisiana hot sauce. I like Tabasco, but Louisiana's pretty good too. Texas Pete's good too, but it's got a bunch of preservatives in it. But Texas Pete was my go-to when I was younger. Frank's Red Hot, really good too, but same difference. It's got a bunch of preservatives in it. So now I'm a Tabasco guy as far as that goes. And then you have to add your own spices because Tabasco just adds heat, which is what I like about it. So it's really good for cooking. Let's see. But Louisiana hot sauce definitely a good one as well. Avalon Band, what's up, my friend? Check out Avalon Band on Twitter. They always do a good job with their music over there. Cody was actually on a great lap, then overturned it. Yeah, for sure. Like he slid up. He missed the entry. I think he clipped the curving there, or he just drove it in too hard. I can't remember. It was one or the other. Kevin Harvick actually talked about it. Now that I think about it, I think Kevin Harvick said he just drove it in there too hard and he was too loose getting in. So that cost him. Ty Rocket Randall Gibbs. We're hoping Ty Rocket Randall Gibbs brings it home with a good finish today, so everybody can talk about the slump being over. Hopefully, John Bradburn. What's up, my friend? Peace to you as well. Thunder saying lineup is set. So Thunder's got his lineup set. Get ready. Thunder going to the top of the boards, he says. Throwback weekend should eventually incorporated retro American pop culture, says Chris. Yeah, that would be a cool deal. Like if you don't like specifically, let's say for Chase Elliott, like Chase Elliott didn't nail his paint scheme this year. So with what is it, Unifirst, the uniform company, so what if they could just do like an American pop culture throwback to something like that, where it would incorporate their colors in a better way, and you wouldn't be throwing back to something that some people could directly compare it to, where you completely missed it. So maybe FedEx has already done this. FedEx didn't have a throwback scheme, so they went to a throwback logo, an old FedEx logo one year, and I thought that looked really great on the Denny Hamlin car. One of the best throwbacks Denny Hamlin ever had, next to the Hendrick, the Flamin' 11 Hendrick car that he had that one year at Martinsville as well. So for sure, I'd like some retro Americana pop. That would be pretty cool. Nathan Campbell, Kyle, why are they letting Casey run when he's been gone for more than 5 years, just like Mike Wallace? I don't know. I don't know, Nathan Campbell. I couldn't rightly answer that question for you, other than to say NASCAR said, I guess it's a case by case basis, and they I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I think 2016 was the last time he ran anything. I talked about it when I made that video, but I can't call it off the top of my head. But you know what I do have? The internet. So we'll use the internet real quick and we'll see when was the last time Casey Mears ran. Wikipedia.com never fails us. Let's see. So 2019 was his last race. So he hasn't been gone like quite as long as Mike Wallace, maybe would be their rationale. I think Mike Wallace was gone longer. But yeah, 2019 was his last year racing anything. He raced some Cup there, and he also raced some IMSA and stuff like that. So 2019, I guess 5 years is the cutoff. 6 is too many. I don't know. Chase Elliott, Casey's been in other series racing recently, as early as this year for one. Also, so B has the answer. He's raced something more recently this year. I didn't see it on the Wikipedia, but that doesn't mean anything. Wikipedia doesn't cover everything; they just cover the major ones. Just Footen saying Chase Elliott qualified well. The big question is now, can Chase Elliott and AG Alan Gustafson and the crew close out the race to win? That's going to be the big question. Chase Elliott has run good all season, and I think he's got race winning speed. Like if I had to just throw all the stats aside, I would say this race today is probably going to come down to uh, Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, and the Penske, excuse me, and the Penske cars. And of course the other Hendrick cars as well. But I feel like those are going to be your strongest shots from each of those organizations. Can't count out William Byron or Kyle Larson, obviously, or Alex Bowman, who has a win there as well. So I feel like it's going to be like that. But if I had to just guess, just looking at practice speeds and qualifying, those guys I named there would have to be my favorites. Never sleep on Alex Bowman though. He always likes to show up and get one when everybody picks everyone else. Bob Hawkers has Ty Gibbs as a long shot, very long shot. Yeah, I like it. Ty Gibbs knows how to get around this place, and he's not afraid to move somebody out of the way. Crew can't get the setup right on the car. Ty has no confidence, says Willow Spicewood. Confidence is a key, especially when you're a race car driver. Chase is in my lineup today, says one wise guy. All right, one wise guy picked Chase, so I feel good because you're what, still top 3 or top 4. Love the Big Baloney. Great show, great job. Now if NASCAR would only help, says Big Wheel. They're doing the best they can, I guess, or the best they know how. But I appreciate the support, Big Wheel. Much appreciated, and much love to all the islands over there at Hawaii. I think that's how they say it over there. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. Hopefully the rain stays away today. Rain days and Mondays always get me down with NASCAR races, says Napa Racing Fan. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm hoping it stays away too. But like I said, it's the mountains, so it's gonna rain. It's gonna go away. It could be a long day. 100% expecting that. The first race at Martinsville, it's usually always some weather. So I don't even pay attention to the weather because I always know there's going to be some. I was there one year, and the weather was absolutely perfect. And then right when the race was about to start, it rained, it sleeted, it hailed, and then it got warm again. It was the most mountains thing ever. If you've ever lived in the mountains, that's anywhere. I feel like at least on the East Coast, that's kind of the process when you live near the mountains. Daniel Hemrick back in victory lane. That's a big deal to me, says Bumblebee. For sure. Daniel Hemrick, definitely the beneficiary of the shenanigans that went on in the truck series. Everybody's talking about the Xfinity series. Oh, the Xfinity series, it was a shit show. Truck series, same deal. Like how many green white, I mean not green white checkers, but how many yellows did we have in the last few laps of the truck series? Nobody's really talking about that. The Xfinity series just mirrored what the truck series did. Uh, so it is what it is. But of course, Dale Jr. tweeted about the Xfinity series, so obviously it's going to get bigger pop. But I feel like I've seen that so many times, though. That's just the way business is done now. It didn't really affect me like that. I feel like it's just every weekend, if they get green white, or if they get caution toward the end of the race, somebody's getting used up. Like that's just the culture in those series now. So I didn't see it as any different than any other race that I've watched in the past decade, I want to say. So at that level. So I don't know. I don't know. It's just sort of where we are. The Xfinity race was an embarrassment, says Napa Racing Fan. It was, but is it really significantly different than any other Xfinity Series race we've seen at short tracks when we get cautions toward the end? I just don't feel like it's that much different. I don't know. I don't know if this was the straw that broke the camel's back type situation, but I feel like this has been going on for a long period of time. But that's just me. I don't know. It didn't affect me as badly as it did some other people. Uh, Also, though, I'm an RCR man, so Austin Hill winning, maybe that pushed some people over the edge as well. I don't know. I know a lot of people don't like him. I know a lot of people do like him. So it is what it is. I got the 21, the 60, the 17, the 11, the 19, and the one in the garage. Says like dislike. Good solid lineup. I like your picks. I like the 21 pick in particular for sure. Fun fact: Fox is showing PBA bowling, MLS soccer, and pickleball instead of Martinsville on FS1. Sad times that Fox has chosen to try to make you buy an extra cable package instead of putting it on Big Fox. But tis what it is. I feel bad for second Sheldon, especially finishing second to the big bully. Says Napa Racing Fan. Maybe that's playing into it quite a bit. I don't know. I couldn't call it, but maybe that's part of the reason people are having the this is the worst race we've ever seen type reaction to it. Bubba Briscoe, Hamlin, Bell, Elliott, and Priest in the garage. Briscoe is a sleeper for the win today. I like Briscoe as a sleeper. He's actually run really good here and just doesn't have all the finishes to show for it. So I like what you're saying there, Jesse Daly. He does have a win here for sure, but he's run so well several other times. He should probably have more wins. It is a good track for him, no doubt about it. Gray can't catch a break at Martinsville. Passes Sammy Smith clean twice, only to get dumped into the last corner. Says Dirty Duff. Yeah, and it was an egregious dump too. I'm not saying it wasn't at all. I'm not saying it was a clean move. It was definitely overly aggressive. But at the same time, is it really that much different than other stuff that we've seen go on in the past as well? So Corey Heim, that was just hard racing. But if you're Corey Heim, you got to be punching the air too. Like it was just hard. Caden Honeycutt didn't drive dirty at all. It was just a Martinsville move, and they got aggressive. And he definitely, obviously, did not mean to cut his tire down. But like, if you're Corey Heim, you got to be punching the air. Like, how many of these races do I go out here and dominate, and then at the very end we get a stupid caution, and I don't get the win for circumstances? Is Corey Heim going to be like Justin Allgaier? Is he gonna like lead all these races and then some crazy caution at the end takes away a bunch of wins? Is he different personalities for sure, different driving styles? But as far as luck goes, they go out here and dominate all these races, and then they don't get the finishes that they're looking for. I feel like that's a fair assessment there. I can't help but laugh at Creed. It's too funny forever second. Yeah, and to be second to Austin Hill at Martinsville. that was just it wrote itself as far as that one goes for sure. Ross broke that place. Dirty Death. Yeah, so Ross Chastain, he is a rule maker. They had to put in a rule because he's so aggressive. I love it. I love it. Gray's chassis won last two Martinsville races with Almirola. Says in between the lanes. Ryan Blaney wins on Earth 2. Hey, so Joseph Wooten picking Ryan. I like a good aggressive pick. Ryan Blaney is going to be his winner on Earth 2. So he's picking Ryan Blaney for last on Earth 1. Aggressive pick. Go big or go home. I like it. I know there was playoff nonsense last fall, but the Cup guys can't be as dumb as Xfinity was yesterday, can they? I hope not, says Napa Racing fan. Don't challenge them. Don't challenge them. Don't tempt fate. That's one thing I have learned in my life. Jack Links found at your local Menards. Yeah, Clint Boyer dropping a nugget here. Clint Boyer, why is Clint Boyer better in practice than he is during the race? Clint Boyer dropping a nugget that Jack Links and Menards, both Wisconsin-based companies, so the perfect fit as far as that car goes. MB saying part of NASCAR Sunday routine, bologna burger pre-race while wings fry. Wings sound good, my friend. Wings definitely on the list after Lent is over with. For sure. I enjoy those wings, though, 100%. I went with 5, the 9, the 24, the 48, the 21 in fantasy. Went 20 in the garage, says Napa Racing fan. I like it. I like those picks for sure. The 48, I've used him a bunch of times, so I had to pull him out of the lineup unless I've actually still got him in there. Is he still in there? No, I did pull him out. I've used him a bunch of times, so I had to back off of Bowman. He's off to a good start, though. He's gotten me good numbers every time I started him. Off topic, but what are the odds Brock gets traded to Tennessee for the first overall and we sign Rodgers, says Nachos. I hope we stick with Brock Purdy. I do not want to sign Aaron Rodgers at this point in his career. I'd rather just see what happens with Brock Purdy, to be totally honest. And I like Aaron Rodgers. I think we would have a good chance of winning a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, with the current lineup that we have with the 49ers now. I just don't see much more than one. You know what I mean? I'd rather have the potential to have a lot of good seasons with Brock Purdy, but they get paid to make those decisions, and I don't. So I'll stay out of it as far as that goes. I'll stay in my lane and talk about racing, something I know far more about. To be fair, don't want to see Cars Tour style penalties. So one clears themselves on your bumper, and you have to restart in the back, says Robert Stone. Yeah, so that's how basically every short track has handled it that I've been to. Whether you are if you're a part of the wreck, you go to the back of the pack. So that's how they sort of self-police it. Pace Picante sauce commercial, New York City, says Jamie Schweitzer. That's right. I think so Pace Picante, not Old El Paso, was the New York City, but I think they were talking about Old El Paso in the Pace Picante sauce. I think that's who they were referencing. I think Old El Paso's tacos are made in Spain, says Thunderstrikes. There you go. There you go. We've got a hard taco question, and it can only be answered with the internet. I'm not going to Google that because it's not NASCAR related, but if you guys want to Google it and see where Old El Paso tacos are made, for sure. Pace Picante 90s. I'm pretty sure they were making fun of Old El Paso being made in New York City, though. I think Pace was making fun of Old El Paso in that commercial, but I could be mistaken. It's been a long time, but it is a 90s commercial. One wise guy has confirmed that for us, so I trust that info there. Let's see. I'll do a full research on it and not make a video about it later. Does Blaney or his engine make it to the end, says Sir Wood Rooster? That's a good question. I think they'll be good. Fuel Cell Full is the video creator I was trying to think of that put out the negative Homestead video we were talking about last week. All right, so I'll check him out. Not super familiar with that one. Goya hot sauce has good flavor, says Escobar. Okay, so Goya, I'll have to look at them. I kind of like to make my own. Hot sauce. I was thinking about salsa for a second. So Goya hot sauce. I'll have to check them out. So Goya hot sauce. BB between Bubba and Bush, Gibbs or Dillon, who will go winless this year? Oh, well, you didn't specify which Dillon, so I'm going to go Ty Dillon goes winless there. But if you're going Austin Dillon, of those names, flip a coin. Flip a coin. One wise guy taking the violence option and saying all of them are going to go winless. One wise guy off the top rope with the bionic elbow, Macho Man Randy Savage style. Let's see. The two RCR numbers next year will be KB in the 8, Austin Hill in the 31, then the third driver in the 30. Says Nathan Campbell. Better late than never. Let's go 24 team, says Say Kyle. 24 team for sure. What's up, Say Kyle? Always good to see you on here, my friend. They're letting Casey run because he's ran other stuff recently, and it's a short track, not a super speedway. Sorry, when a driver has never won a cup race, it's not a slump so much as a losing streak, says Jamie Schweitzer. So there you go, losing streak for sure. Cool video was put out a couple of days ago. Watermelon Farmer to NASCAR, talking to Ross Chastain's rise in NASCAR. Is definitely worth checking out. It is worth checking out. And also shout out to the Xfinity series before he got used up in one of those restarts there at the end. Patrick Star Poli, and if he doesn't have a Patrick Star pit board, he's missed an opportunity there. But Patrick Star Poli, was he an optometrist or an orthodontist, some type of doctor, and he decided to race, and he had a good race going. Until he got used up there at the end, just totally yeeted out of the line. I don't know if he missed a shift or if somebody just yeeted him. The way it was going, could literally be either way there. Let's see. Over under 13 cautions, says one wise guy. I'm going to take the under on 13, as long as you pull out the stage cautions. So a +2 buffer there for the stage cautions. Mears is running Cup to reach 500 starts, says Napa Racing Fan. Okay, so that's cool. That's cool that he's doing that for sure. What's up, BB? I'm pulling for the 11 today. I didn't know it's been a long time for him. In your opinion, what's up with Brad? I don't know. I don't know if he's trying some R&D stuff or what, but I think they'll get it going. The slow start just makes it feel worse for the season projected for me at the moment. Yeah, but the other cars there are running good. The 17 and the 60 are running good, so the 6 might be doing some R&D stuff. You never know. I like your pick, Ralph, says one wise guy. Did something happen to the 12 in qualifying, or was he just slow? He was just slow, but he has done stuff like this before and just has like a long run car. So I would expect like the long run. I would expect something good from that. If I had to guess, the pattern continues. Elliott finished third last spring, second last fall, first today at Martinsville. Could happen. Could happen. Not NASCAR related, says Nathan Campbell. Thoughts on the Cars Tour race? I was bummed out on Landon Huffman. I didn't watch any of it, but Wake County is always a fun race. It's a bull ring. Shout out to Minnie Tyrell getting the win there. I did see that part of it. Third in fantasy right now, says one wise guy. So one wise guy from first to third, he's still in the hunt. As everybody else is, long season. I have all the Hendrick drivers, Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney in my garage for my fantasy, says Glenn Park. Are you affected by the fires out there? So far, I haven't seen too much where I'm at, so I think it's far enough away. We're not seeing, at least I'm not seeing any smoke in my neck of the woods. I'm closer to Virginia. United Rental will be the 31 sponsor next year for Austin Hill. Could be for sure. And C4 might be on the side of that thing too if it's an all-star car. So I could see it being pieced together like that. Duke made the Final Four, says Napa Racing Fan. Yeah, for sure. I was worried about Alabama, but it ended up being not as close a game as I expected. Alabama played really well. Duke just shot at such a high clip that it wasn't as close of a game as I thought it would be, which surprised me because I thought Alabama. I like in my mind, I feel like Alabama versus Duke was going to be close to a national championship type game. But shout out to Alabama. They had a great season as well. But Duke's in the Final Four, so it's a good day. It's a good day to be a Blue Devil for sure. Let's see. My favorite thing from this weekend was Daniel Hemrick's win in the truck race. I didn't even know he did a backflip. Says they're deaf. Yeah, he said he even practiced to see if the old man still had it. He was talking about that to his wife. So he practiced not too long ago just to make sure he could still do it. I didn't like the 102 laps, 102 caution laps, and the constant laps under yellow, but I wasn't overly surprised or upset. The dive bomb from the 8 was just a cherry on top of a massive wreck coming to the strip. Yep. That's where I'm at with it too. Like we've seen this 100 times here at this point in the Xfinity series over the past decade. So I wasn't surprised. It didn't move the needle for me. I was just like, they're tearing shit up again. That's pretty much just the way I looked at it. Good afternoon, BB. Just a little late. What's up, PC on Rogue? Always good to see you on here, my friend. NASCAR said they will evaluate Smith's last lap move. Penalties may happen. I'll believe it when I see it. I mean, what are they going to penalize him for, though? And I'm not trying to be funny. It was an overly aggressive move. It was a bullshit move. Don't get me. And I was actually surprised Sammy Smith did it. I've never seen him really drive like that. but I don't really get to see the Xfinity races. But in late model, I never saw him drive like that. Super late models. Uh, but that being said, have we not seen about a million drivers do this at Martinsville, like that exact same move? So we're going to suddenly penalize Sammy Smith because Twitter's upset. And this is what irritates me about NASCAR. Oh my God, Twitter's upset. NASCAR better make a rule or do something. Like, it's so stupid. Just have a consistent rule and enforce it. Either you enforce aggressive driving or you don't. Like, don't let Twitter guide the path. It's so ridiculous. Is that an SRX hat? It is. It is the SRX hat that I got at South Boston when I went and checked that one out. Hopefully they come back one day. Hopefully. Friday night was Toyota's 500th start. I'm not hopeful though. 500th start in the Craftsman Truck Series. That's pretty crazy. Man, that's it. They've been around in the Truck Series for a long time, but that's only their 500th start. So shout out to them. Also, Fox, it feels like they got 500 wins in the Truck Series because of Kyle Busch, though. Also, Fox also has agreements with PBA to carry so many events on main Fox. Okay, so there you go. That could be it as well. What's up, Shy? Always good to see you on here, my friend. Dinner today is fried pork chops, greens, mashed potatoes, and gravy, cream corn, and homemade biscuits. So there you go. That sounds good. Very tasty. Let's see. Brock is your future, says one wise guy. That's what I think too. So hopefully they stick with him. I don't want to see no disrespect to Aaron Rodgers, one of the best to ever do it for sure. But that ship has sailed. What would the kids have done 25 plus years ago when racers were more aggressive? Says PC Gone Rogue. Yeah, go watch the Bush series in Hickory and watch Dale Jarrett, one of the cleanest drivers of all time, just beating and banging and running over people. It used to be crazy. It's just being real. PC Gone Rogue, they would get beat up, says Shaw. Fun fact about the Xfinity in Martinsville 2006, the Busch cars had 19 cautions. After that year, they didn't come and race at Marty for 14 years. Maybe last night will bring a schedule change. Maybe. Maybe it's just too much for them. Maybe it's too tight. It's too close to quarters. They can't handle not wrecking somebody. It's turned into the K&N series. I have a jar of pace in the fridge. The more you know, LOL, says B. Bring back the McDonald's chicken fajita wraps, says Jesse Daly. There you go, chicken fajitas. Very good. John P. That does not need to happen, says Bumblebee. Yes, good aggression, drive a straight to take them out. Lazy and takes away from the skill, says MB. Yeah, for sure. But they've just been doing it forever. So I don't know. I don't know why today was or last night was the big deal about it. You know what I mean? Like I guess it's the straw that broke the camel's back. I guess I don't know. Larson may have broken up the B's last week, but I think Blaney starts it back up today, says Cody Ledger. So Cody Ledger on Team Killer B. Single spin car. There goes 20 caution laps or the end of the stage. And I guess I'm with you because I did pick Christopher Bell. So I guess I'm with you on the Killer B train for this race. Single car spin. There goes 20 caution laps. Or that's the end of the stage, says Daniel Miley. Yeah, for sure. They got to, I don't know, either slow down the pace car or speed up the cleanup, one or the other. Who's your one driver to watch today? I'd say Briscoe. I'd say Ryan Blaney and Shane Van Gisbergen because they're starting in the back of the pack, but I do expect both of them to finish at least in the top 15 as long as, they don't get taken out or anything like that. Champa Bay Beast, I think I like the 33 better than the 30 for Hill. 31, I think is what they're running. If I'm not mistaken, the 33 is what they're running. You're right. So yeah, the 33 definitely you've got the symmetry there because it's a double number. So double numbers always look good if you can't get a single number. I was talking me and Trevor Ward, the South Boston winner last week. We were talking about that 1 year. He said if I can't get a single number, I try to get a double number because they look better. So that's his strategy. There's your fun Trevor Ward fact for the day. Mine is Hamlin. He's due, says Champa Bay Beast. Yeah, I'm with you. I think this could be a good day for Hamlin for sure. Or is this the day? A lot of people don't think about it, but this is one of Bubba Wallace's best tracks by far. Is this the day that Bubba Wallace busts through and gets the Martinsville win? I think his first Truck Series win was at Martinsville. So don't sleep on the 23 car either. Hamlin is due, says one wise guy. Who was the Air Force guy in the truck race? Oh, I didn't see that one. I only caught the Xfinity race and the Truck Series race. I only caught like halfway through. Shout out to Brendan Poole, one of the very few drivers to keep it clean and avoid trouble yesterday, and came home with a top five. Always a good day when Brendan Poole finishes in the top five, no doubt about it. We are due for a Hamlin W. Jinx, you owe me a soda for one wise guy, says Shadow Fire. Top 10 finish for KFB today. I'm hoping so. I think he's going to have the speed as long as nothing crazy happens. We don't have a loose wheel, a tire doesn't fall off, something insane on pit road, picking Chase Elliott to win the race, but feel free to pick somebody else in fantasy. I need to make up some spots, says Dirty Duff. Yeah, I've got him in my fantasy and he's not moving. I think he's got a good chance to win today too. I think it's going to be either him or Bell. I'm picking Bell just because Bell's had such a hot start to the season, but I'm definitely I definitely got Chase Elliott on my radar as well for sure. That's why he's in the lineup. Both of them are. Gators are inevitable, says Champa Baby. So he's doing the Gator chomp there. So the Gators are a good team for sure, for sure. SEC's been strong, so no doubt about that. Wish Keselowski would quit the R&D. He's killing me in the pool. LOL Gibbs too, says Dwayne Mueller. Alabama rolled over like a dog last night, says Joseph Wooten. I don't know about all that. They didn't shoot as at a high a clip as they did against BYU. And Duke, to be fair, Duke plays a little bit better defense than BYU. BYU notorious for giving up threes. So it is almost like if you're an Alabama fan, you're almost like, I wish we didn't play BYU. I wish we played a defensively better team because it probably would have mentally prepared us better to play against Duke. Nothing against BYU, but they just, I don't know. They're not defensively strong on the 3-point line. I'm an Alabama fan, but we just weren't shooting like they did against BYU. Duke is going to be a tough out for sure, says Dirty Duff. Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing about it. Alabama didn't play bad. Duke just had a really good shooting game. And in March Madness, like, you can play as good as possible. And that's when you run up against these Cinderella teams that just are not missing threes and stuff like. Not that Duke's a Cinderella team, but I'm just saying any team it can happen to. Alabama didn't play bad. Duke just played better. Like, it was one of those type of games, and we've seen it. We've seen it before. That's what makes March Madness fun. Duke had 56 shooting percentage in the first half. Insane. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't do anything about that. 56% is insane. 2 laps would be decent. Would be a decent penalty in my opinion, says Champa Bay Beast. BB, serious question. Do you like or dislike racing Hickory? I like Hickory. I think it's a great track. Like, they've done as much as they can to improve it. The bathroom situation used to be really bad, but they've got new bathrooms in there, so they're doing everything they can to make the track as nice as possible. I like Hickory. I think Hickory's a great track to race at. If you live near enough to Hickory, definitely go check it out for sure. NHRA may go to the CW in 2027. CW may be looking to take the rights from Fox. There you go. CW could take Fox's rights. And I tell you what, some people can't watch it, but they've done a great job with the coverage that they've had for the Xfinity series, for sure. Was the race where what was the race where they were going to penalize Jimmy Spencer until they looked at the video and saw where Dale Jarrett actually initiated the contact? There you go. You get into fine lines of detail there. So better off to let the drivers enforce it themselves, in my opinion. John P. Bumblebee, do you have an extra spot at the table? I'll get on my Huffy now and start pedaling. I have Peg. I have Pegs too. Do some sick grinding on the rails. There you go. He's gonna BMX it all the way to B's house to get some vittles in his tum tum. The CFO of Nexstar, who runs CW, also on the NHRA board of directors. There you go. Let's get the rumor started for sure. People mad about yesterday's racing, yet they want the wall ride to be legal. Makes no sense to me, says Jesse Daly. It is what it is. Like, yeah, everybody pulls for different things. The wall ride was exciting. Somebody getting dumped they didn't like. So it's just I don't know. It's hard to gauge. That's what makes being human fun. It doesn't have to make sense. It just has to be fun, or it has to make sense to us in our own minds. Whatever happened to Hollywood Hammond? I don't know, man. I hadn't heard nothing from the guy in a long, long time. So I don't know what he's up to. Maybe Dale Jr. will have him on the download sometime. Happy Sunday, everyone. What's up, Enzo? Happy Sunday to you as well. Hamlin hasn't won at Martinsville since 2015, I believe. Has come close, though, says Napa Race fan. For sure. Alex Bowman and him had a shootout one year, and he didn't like that. But 2015, definitely a decade. So it's been a decade since he won. I looked at it. And it was Ryan Roulette, who was the Air Force veteran in the truck race last night. Okay, so I'll have to look that one up. I wasn't aware he was a vet, so I'll have to look that one up. 2015 says Never Race fan. I knew Alabama broke about every 3-point record versus BYU, that they were going to come back down to earth the next game. You never hear about teams shooting that good back-to-back games, says Dirty Def. For sure, unless it's like a Cinderella team, but even then they eventually run out. I think VCU had that one year where they were hitting all those crazy threes, and then they eventually as well came back down to earth too. CW already branded NHRA. That is actually the fastest motorsport in the world. There you go. Actually, the fastest motorsport in the world. Then the people that race the rocket cars in the Salt Flats of Utah, then they're going to get upset because they're like, we're racing rocket cars. What are you talking about? You're the fastest motorsport on earth. So, land speed record racing like that, it gets like fine lines. We're getting into fine lines for sure. Napa Racing fan laughing. Why did Blaney qualify so bad? I missed qualifying yesterday, says Enzo. I don't know. I couldn't tell you why he qualified poorly, but I'll tell you one thing. He's probably got a really long run car, and I would expect as the race goes on, you're probably going to see him picking off cars. I wouldn't worry about it too much if you're a 12 fan or anything like that, or if you got him in your lineup, or, things like BB. What is the ugliest race car scheme you have ever seen, and which driver was it? That would be, and I'm going to pull it up because I need you to see this. That would be Rodney Combs in the Busch Series. Let's see here. Rodney Combs. I can spell. I've done it before. What was it? A Raid French. Let's see here. Oh, where was it at? Yes. There we go. So if you want to see the ugliest race car that I've ever seen in my life, there you go. Rodney Combs with not one, but two sponsors. And NASCAR actually made a rule after this that you can only have one sponsor. You can only have, one sponsor on the hood. You can't split it like this. But he had French's on the left side of the race car. So the left side of the race car was yellow. Had French's, decals. It was a petty car. So on the left side, it does have a petty blue half roof. Then on the other side of the car, it was black and red. And it was black flag bug spray, so bug killer. So you had French's mustard on half of the car and black flag bug spray on the other half of the car. Now, aside from it being ugly, if you're French's mustard, do I want insecticide right directly beside something that you're supposed to be eating and consuming in your mouth? So every aspect of this car worked against each other. Not to mention the random yellow blue half of the roof that's just there because they wanted some petty blue on the car because it's Richard Petty. By far, without question, this is the ugliest NASCAR Busch Series, just ugliest car that's ever raced in any touring series. It was 100%. It's not even up for debate. That's what I'm going with on that one. Let's see. One wise guy dropping the merch link. So if you want a t-shirt, hat, sweatshirt, anything like that, stickers, go check it out. Would be much appreciated. Dirty Def Bob Tasca, the third would be on your side 100%, says in between the lanes, talking about on the fastest motorsport on earth. Jeff Hammond is on the front stretch every Saturday and Sunday with Pat Patterson. It's a show that comes on every weekend on SiriusXM. Oh, there you go. So if you got SiriusXM, you can check them out. Jeff Hammond was actually the crew chief for Ryan Roulette's during Friday's truck race. He's the GM for Spencer Boyd's race team. So there you go. We're getting Jeff Hammond facts. I hadn't thought about that guy in a long time. I'm just going to be totally honest with you, but it's pretty crazy. I know he's super into professional wrestling too. I think he made like a maybe B can answer this. I know she watches it more than I do. Didn't he? Wasn't he in WCW or one of those at one point? Didn't he make an appearance? At maybe TNA or something like that. I can't remember. Will Hill and Love come up together with RCR. Dylan retires. Bush retires. Maybe goes somewhere else. I don't see Dylan retiring anytime soon. Since Never Race, I don't see Dylan or Kyle Busch retiring anytime soon. And I think both of those guys are going to finish their deal out with RCR. I would say what's more likely for RCR is they run a third car, whether it's chartered or not, or maybe they strike an alliance with Colleague and maybe they put a driver over there. But I do feel like Austin Hill had something in his contract to go to Cup. That's why he re-signed with RCR. So I think it's inevitable that they at least bring Austin Hill up, and Jesse Love might not be too far behind him. They'll figure something out, I'm sure. Remember when Waltrip dropped an El Paso taco on Denny's car? LOL, says Chris Villegas. That was excellent. That was high quality TV. There's the Discord link as well from One Wise Guy. So much appreciated. John P saying, "Wow, that car is hideous." The Chumba Casino scheme is up there with one of the worst schemes. It's up there, but it's nowhere near the Rodney. What they did to Rodney Combs is unforgivable. There's no question about that. But let's see here. They did, however, redeem him at one point though, and they gave him the Hulkamania Hulk Hogan scheme. So he didn't always have hideous cars for sure. So he had some good quality stuff there as well. Elliot's Universe throwback scheme isn't ugly. It's just a terrible throwback, says Napa Race Fan. Yeah, it's not necessarily an ugly car. It's just not a good throwback to Ken Schrader. That's 100%. It's a clown car from the 80s, says One Wise Guy. That looks like if golf shoes, if a golf shoes company made race cars, says Jamie Schweitzer. Who makes who makes the terrible John Daly pants that John Daly wears? Or maybe that's a John Daly company now. And Bill Murray's got a golf company too. Those are some interesting uniforms, I guess we should say, for the golf course. I don't play golf. Not good at it. Maybe one day I'll pick it up. That looks, let's see, possibly TNA, says Dirty Def. Maybe it was TNA. I'm thinking, I might be totally wrong about it though. I don't know. Keep the mosquitoes away while you're eating your mustard off your hot dog, says Daniel Miley. For sure. Yep, TNA. Okay, Dirty Def. TNA 2004 to 2005. I never knew that. There you go. There's your fun fact. Hammond did wrestle in TNA. 2004 to 2000. I didn't know it was that far back, but I do remember it. So pretty crazy. He made an appearance. Always cool when you get one of those. Kyle Busch was the 24/7 champion at one point, and Cole Custer has also made a WWE appearance as well. So there's your racing links. Kyle Petty had a racing connection or a wrestling connection at one time. He didn't appear in the ring, but he was on one of the episodes, I guess, talking about it or something like that. Maybe with John Stossel or something. I can't remember exactly what happened. But yeah, Kyle Petty has had dealings with him. And Kyle Petty obviously drove the NWO car as well, if I'm not mistaken. And there's been other ones. I don't know. I can't go all the way down that path. I need to do some research on it because I'm going to forget a bunch of people. But it has always been a thing that is sort of lapped over, I guess we should say. Professional wrestling and racing, similar markets for whatever reasons. Hill has run well enough. Love still needs some time to develop, says Napa. Yeah, I think bringing Jesse Love up full time right now would be a little bit of a stretch. Although I think he gets there probably after next year for sure. Zumbas on John Daly. Wish FS1 would give us more post race instead of 1.5 hours of pre race. I'm with you on that. I would appreciate more post race. You can pre-order the Chumba Casino diecast of Reddick and Wallace Jr. Says in between the lanes. So there you go. If you want the Chumba car, you can get yourself one. Too bad it's not Riley Herbst. I wanted the Riley Herbst version. So it is what it is. I'm losing it. I'm in Bowling Shoe Company, says Jamie Schweitzer. I got you. So I'm with you. I see exactly what you're saying now, because bowling shoes do have like one side is one color and the other side's the other color. Yeah, for sure. I'm not super familiar with golf shoes though. So I was equally not confused either. But bowling shoes, I'm definitely familiar with. They're definitely they're an assault on the eyes. We'll say that. Wish these races would start earlier than 3 p.m. every week too, especially because of Mother Nature. Yeah, I missed the old noon East Coast start times, and the West Coast. You could get your race over early in the morning and go about the rest of your day watching football and whatnot. Back in the day, is there a diecast version of that hideous car? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I know they had the separate. So both of those paint schemes were separate. So he ran the black flag by itself and the French's mustard by itself. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they ever did the half and half car as a diecast. I'll look it up and see if I can find something. Jamie. Ugliest paint scheme for me would have to be the Peter Max #3 car. Dale also hated the car, says Escobar. I didn't hate it. I thought it was a good car. So I will talk. I need to give my thoughts on that car one year for sure. I didn't hate it. The fire suit was ugly. The hat was ugly, but I didn't. I didn't necessarily mind the car altogether. I thought the car it just didn't fit Dale Senior. Somebody else could have drove the car. If that makes any sense. If I win the fantasy championship, can I be the guest on the channel for a couple of minutes? Says Enzo. We'll have to figure. I don't know how to do that, but we'll try to figure something out for sure. Yeah, I'm not against that at all. I'm not against it at all. I'd be okay with just a 30-minute pre-race, and we get 30-minute post-race show. I missed the 1 p.m. start, says Napa Race fan for sure. Yes, I just looked up the diecast, about $20 per car average. So there you go. You can get the half and half car. They did make diecast of it. So get your piece of racing history, the ugliest car that will probably ever exist. And NASCAR made a rule about sponsorship being on the hood after that. FS1 is calling Bowman the silent contender. How was he silent when he nearly won last week? They got to throw something out there. Champa Bay Beast, I have Rodney Combs. Lance's Snacks was a good one, too. We call them Nabs down here, and Nabs were life back in the day. My uncle used to work for Lance and knows my dad. And are huge 43 fans, says Champa Bay Beast. For sure, man. For sure. That was an era, man. Rodney Combs, underrated. Nobody really talks about him. But he, well, I don't know. Maybe Brock made a video about him, but Rodney Combs, he definitely, his career needs to be remembered because he was a heck of a race car driver, no doubt about it. Car would have been great for Jeff Gordon, not Dale or anyone else, says this car. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like the car itself. I didn't hate. I just didn't like the pairing with Dale Sr. It didn't make sense as far as that goes. I came in a bit late. I figure your opinion is similar to the majority of the Xfinity fan base. Came in a bit late. I figure it's the same, says RC. I just didn't see it as a big deal. I mean, yes, it was BS, but we've seen it so many times that yeah, it's BS. But until NASCAR cleans it up, or until the drivers themselves actually clean it up, you're just going to keep seeing it. It's. I've seen at least 100 races in Xfinity in the last 10 years that went the exact same way that did, and we've seen some in Cup too. Damn, what race did Joey Logano win last season? And they had like 5 green white checkers at the end. But yeah, so I mean, you see it at every level now, unfortunately. Blaney drove from second, from last to second at the Clash. He will do better with a longer race this Timber race. I'm with you. I'm not worried about the qualifying at all for him for sure. My 2027 prediction is Pepsi heavily sponsors teams with the next new OEM happens to be, or whatever the next OEM happens to be, says Jamie Schweitzer. I like how F1 runs their race times. They don't care. They don't cater to any area. They just run the best time for the country or city. It does make sense. I like how they do that too. And whoever wants to watch it will watch it no matter what. For sure, 100%. Nashville. So Nashville was the five or six overtime race. I appreciate you there, Champa Bay, and in between the lanes. Ban Xfinity and trucks from Martinsville, at least at Martinsville. Date to Montreal for next year, maybe. Maybe. I don't know if we need to ban them, but maybe just get them in line. A pack of nabs for 25 cents, says Timber Race. That was the go-to back in the day. Just hit up the old vending machine and you got lunch. Rest in peace, rest in peace, Nashville Fairgrounds, says Napa Race fan. Yeah, not looking hopeful, according to Iceberg's video there. Lance sponsors Chase Briscoe. Hey, so there you go. I didn't know that. I need to look up on the ancillary sponsors there. That's pretty cool. Chase Briscoe with some nabs sponsorship. I like the Pepsi prediction. Cool to see Martinsville is the only track besides Bowman Gray to still have a Pepsi sponsorship. Yeah, Pepsi's got to they've got to crack back into the lineup. You can't be the taste of the Carolinas or whatever their hashtag used to be and not have at least, I don't know, they need to at least get into Rockingham or somewhere. But yeah, for sure. Let's see. Do you think Chicagoland will ever come back? And brother, if I could predict that, we'd all be a lot richer. I'll tell you that much. I don't know. NASCAR is crazy. Chicagoland has a better chance to return than Kentucky, says Napa Race fan. Now that I will agree with. Chicagoland, much better chance of coming back than Kentucky. Kentucky looks like it's kind of grown up a little bit. Breakhard made a video about it. Said when even the dancing ladies can't keep a business going over there, the economy's bad. So in that region, so it's not looking good for Kentucky to ever come back for sure. But of the two, Chicagoland would have the better chance, no doubt about it. Let's see. I'd love to see Chicagoland return. I don't think NASCAR wants to abandon the Chicago market for sure. Shout out to Breakhard. Indeed, shout out to Breakhard and everybody that does daily downforce content and stuff like that. Hey, BB and fam, what's up, Charlotte? Always good to see you on here, my friend. All right. Looks like we reached the end of the chat here. Final results of the poll question: 30% William Byron, 25% Christopher Bell, 24% Hamlin, and 21% Blaney. That is as close a poll as we have ever had. And wow, I mean, it is close. So I think all these drivers are going to have a good race, but you guys are rolling with the 24 of Fast Willie B. So he wins it. And that's going to do it for this one. Y'all take them easy, and I'll catch you after the race is over with. Peace.